Okay, so today what we will do is we will take Bhojane, Mattaññutā and Jāgariyānuyoga, two important aspects. We have done on Sila, which includes the 10 immoral deeds. Then we have looked into what's the difference between meditation and bhavana. Buddha Dhamma is not on meditation, it is bhavana, development. So we are developing mind which is associated with 10 immoral deeds to be associated with moral deeds. Then we are making the mind, that is myself as mind, associate with the indriya samvara, guarding the sense doors. I have to develop it, it's not there. I have to develop it. Then after that development, the third thing I'm coming there is Bhojane Mattaññutā, eating in moderation. The fourth one I'm going to do is Jāgariyānuyoga. So these are the four main foundation which needs to be developed by anyone calling himself to be a follower of the Buddha. Okay, and I'm saying I'm a trainee, Sekha, is I need to do exactly what Buddha is saying me to do. Another thing on bhavana is that Indriya Bhavana Sutta in Majjhima Nikaya 152. I forgot to mention that you need to have the five senses whenever you see, hear, taste, touch, smell. All the five senses to be taken as attiyati, just like a bone. You keep on, it doesn't make any sense. Harayati, it's like a cow whose skin has been removed. Okay, and you can see there's nothing in there. And jigucchati, which is disgusting. So all that we are seeing, all that we are hearing, all that we are tasting, all that we are touching, all that we are smelling, all that we are thinking or cognizing is basically like a bone without flesh. It's like cow without its outer skin, and it is jiguccha, disgusting. Why? Because there's no essence in that. Whatever is seen is lost, whatever is heard is lost, whatever is tasted is lost, whatever is smelled is lost, whatever is touched is lost, and whatever cognized as wife, husband, money, this, that is also lost. It doesn't come even for a day. When we sleep in the night and go to deep sleep, or even when you go to dream state, there is no sight, sound, taste, touch, smell, and cognition at all. Okay, so when we look at Indriya Samvara, we are doing Indriya Samvara not because we want to do Indriya Samvara, because we know there is no essence in any objects. So the subject is the chakku, the object is the rupa, the subject is the ear, sota, and the object is the saddha, and they have no experience. Only the vijnana is experiencing. There's a cognition of the sight, there's a cognition of the sound, but when the sight is changed to some other sight, the previous sight is removed. When the sound is replaced by another sound, the previous sound is removed. When the taste, that is the food, is replaced by another food, that previous taste is gone. When the touch is removed with another touch, that touch feeling is gone. So there is no cognition of the same thing in two places, which I can associate and say it is mine. Okay, that's the reason we are doing Indriya Samvara. So it is all about bhavana. It's not about pulling a cushion and sitting on it, closing eyes, and doing it for hours together. Okay, Why am I stressing this out is that when you come to Jāgariyānuyoga, I will read the words, what is mentioned there, and you will be shocked to know that what we were doing is not what is expected. Okay. Now, before we move there, one word of clarification, because it might create doubt or visikiccha of whatever we were doing. Is that not the right way? It is. For a start, for an initial, just like I don't know what to do. So then, whatever I've learned so far, from whomever I've learned it, is fine. So you don't have to do anything. But that thing has to be given up, can't be held. Okay, whatever it can be, and whomever I've learned it, need to be respectful to that person who has taught me, but that's incomplete. Because at that moment, that was good to know. It's like kindergarten, it's fine, need to be in a school. But for a PhD person, the kindergarten experience has no relevance, there is no essence. Right? It's not that it was not required, but that doesn't take you to the PhD. It'll only take you to kindergarten. So what we have learned so far, from whomever we have learned, is kindergarten. Just basic. So don't think that that is exactly what Buddha has said. No, it's not. Okay, now we begin with the next thing is about food. Now, what is food? Food is kabalinka ahara, hard and soft. That means it's solid, it can be liquid, it can be in gaseous form. So, solid, liquid, gaseous, and heat, cold and hot. So, we generally eat warm. We don't eat too hot as heating up or too cold. We eat warm. So, you have to warm the food. Why should you warm the food? Because we don't have digestive capacity to eat raw food. So either you have to cook the food or you have to boil the food and cool it to the room temperature and eat. So basically, if I want to have food, it's a lot of preparations. So without preparing, you can't eat. Before the immoral started, there was no need to cook the food and no need to collect the food. Now we collect the food. And there was no need to sell the food. It was in abundance. Now you have to sell the food. If you have to sell the food, then you have to earn for the food. You can't eat without earning. Right? So that's basically what it is. So this way of seeing is paccavekkhana, to reflect that you are eating either solid food or liquid food or gaseous or heat. That's what is food. No matter it's called as pizzas, no matter it's called as idli or vada or upma or poha or South Indian, North Indian or Chinese or Korean or Cantonese or American, European, continental, whatever. Doesn't matter what it is called. Basically, it's only Pathavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu. That's all. That's exactly what is getting refilled in this Pathavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu, Akasa. This body is taking space. And that food is also taking space. So the space you can't eat, but other four you can eat. So we need to reflect that this food is meant for what? This food is meant not for sporting. What does that mean? I have an array of food spread. And I take people around to show them how many food items I have placed, decorating that sport. Okay. Or I'm a chef and I prepare 50 dishes. See how good I can prepare 50 dishes. Okay, it's calmer. Simple. Now I should cut that because all that I'm doing is to have this replacement of 4 elements. Okay. Now there is no sporting. Neva davaya. Na madaya. Mada means intoxicating. Okay. So food is intoxication, just like career is an intoxication, appreciation is an intoxication, certification is an intoxication. Mada. Sura mereya majja pamada thana. In the same way, mada. It brings in a kind of intoxication. Neva madaya. Na mandanaya. Mandanaya is award. You've been awarded. So somebody comes to my home and gives me, like in the case of Bobby, he gifted me Toblerone while I was in Brisbane, many Toblerone and many chocolates. And ultimately, people wanted me to buy a lot of chocolates or whatever gifted, all came to 23 kgs of chocolates. And thanks to Shaniel for kind, one was kindness gesture of getting me a business class ticket. Otherwise, I would have paid excess baggage. So that is Mandanaya. So I need to know what this chocolate is. Should you eat all those chocolate? No. Should you give all those chocolate? Yes. Eat some, give the rest. Na Mandanaya, na Vibhushanaya. Vibhushana means show off. Like we have Vibhushana in India. It's about awarding and rewarding, and then it's a function, and you make it look, we have given this to so and so person, Vibhushana. So along with the person, you send a truckload of food items. That's Vibhushana. Okay. So basically, this food is not for that. So what I should do? I should get jigupsa, jigucha, disgusted, because it's a disease. And this disease cannot be solved. So both the thirst and hunger is a disease. If I can stay mindful that it's a disease, and that's it. Nothing will go wrong. It's just like a wound, and you have to keep on addressing the wound. So it's anicca, dukkha, roga, ganda, like that. So if I know that completely, 11 of them, and that's all I need to do. Okay, so that's about the Bhojane Mattaññutā. It's not about staying hungry. It's not about 12 noon. No, vikala. If you're not hungry, don't eat. If you're hungry, please eat. eat to the moderation so that the sleep doesn't take over. One thing about eating creates a situation like this. The digestive requires more energy to digest. So if you eat something which takes long time to digest, you can be 100% sure that the brain will now send the blood, or the heart will pump blood towards the stomach rather than towards the brain. And brain takes more capacity or more energy than any other part of the body. So now it has to decide which way to go. So the cognition will reduce because it has to use that energy for digestion. So the more we eat, the more time is spent in digesting. And ultimately means there is liver is supposed to look at the fat storage. So it starts accumulating fat, and that's called fatty liver. NAFLD, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Okay, you have grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4 before it becomes liver cirrhosis. The reason is because we keep on eating, pancreas cannot match the insulin supply for breaking down the sugar. Sugar means sucrose. So the more sucrose we have, the worse it gets, because sucrose is instantaneously absorbed and then you feel like again hungry. So we need to know what we are eating. So it's fiber plus sugar than just sugar. So what does that mean? Fruit juices are fructose. Shouldn't drink them. Should eat whole fruit rather than the fructose. And in all packaged food, you get corn syrup. And corn syrup is direct sugar. And they would have put added sugar. That means over and above, they put sugar. Sugar per se is a thickening. It's like blood becomes thickened. You can check on the internet also or on YouTube's. So basically, if we add more sugar, you sleep, you get sleep because body cannot handle. So the moment you close your eyes for meditation, you're going to sleep because of food. Bhojane Mattaññutā, moderation in eating. So you need to be mindful. Yes, Mangala, you need to do intermittent fasting. That's correct. So basically, you feel hungry, you eat. Not feel hungry, really hungry, you eat. If not, don't eat. And be selective in what food to use. Because it's not for enjoyment, it's for disease. Because you're not at ease. No person will be at ease when he or she is in hunger. It's a very bad situation. Just like going to the washroom, you can't hold it. The same way, hunger cannot be stopped. You can drink a little bit of water, but that doesn't close the hunger. And no amount of saying anicca is going to make it go away until you feed it. You have to feed it. And there is anicca in that. How? After eating, it will again go down and again you have to fill it, and hence it is anicca. But just by saying anicca is not going to do anything. Or said by saying anitya is not going to do anything. So you need to take action. So take action with proper discernment for what you're doing. So you're doing it to remove the pain. So he says, Puranancha Vedanam Patihankami. Navancha Vedana na upadesami. That means I don't want to create new pain and I don't want to hold on to the old pain. Okay, so that's the idea of eating. This is development, bhavana. Need to develop it. Again, not about closing eyes. You can't close eyes and eat. Okay, now we come to the very important topic. I don't think so we'll be able to complete it, or I'll do my best to complete it today, which is Jāgariyānuyoga, because there are so many misunderstandings about this word Jāgariya. And there are various traditions and various ways of looking at it, including the concept of sitting for hours together. And let's see what Buddha says what should be done. So I will read it in Pali and then I will explain that in English. So it goes like this. It's in MN 53 only, so you don't have to go anywhere else. So if you go there, and it says very clearly, this is what Ananda says. Katancha mahanama ariyasāvako Jāgariyam anuyukto hoti ida mahanama ariyasāvako divasam chankamena nissajjaya avarenehi dhammehi chittam parisodeti rattiya pathamam yamam chankama nissajjaya avarenehi dhammehi chittam parisodeti rattiya majjimam yamam dakkinena pasena Sihaseyam kapeti pade padam achadaya sato sampajanyo utthana sanyam manasi karitva rattiya pachimam yamam pachuttaya chankamena nisajjaya avarenehi dhammehi chittam parisodeti evam ko mahanama ariyasāvako Jāgariyam anuyukto hoti. Okay, this might look very cryptic. So let me, for everybody's benefit, explain to you word by word. Okay. Katancha means how. Katha, how. Katancha, how it is. Mahanama ariyasāvako, a noble disciple. Jāgariyam is from two words, Jāgar. Jāgar in Hindi also is there. It means to be awake. Awake has two meanings: to know what you're doing and also to be awake. So it's called vigilance. How can you be vigilant? Anuyukto, this is the key word here. Anuyukto means engaged in, to be immersed in. Okay, so the question asked is Katancha mahanama ariyasāvako Jāgariyam anuyukto hoti. How would he be engaged in diligence or vigilance? Okay, that's the question. It's not about opening eyes like this and sitting. It's not what we're talking, it's vigilant. Now he says like this, Idha mahanama ariyasāvako divasam chankamena. You please understand this. Divasa, day. When the day breaks, begin. Don't sit. Chankamena. When you get up, that's there in the last, but I'm just saying to you how we are doing and how it should be done. When you wake up, you need to walk. Chankamena. Nisajjaya, and sit. Dhammehi chittam parisodeti. It's not about sitting and watching the breath appearing in the nostrils or anywhere. No, that's not what it is. He's saying that Avaranehi dhammehi chittam parisodeti. Avarana means curtain. The 5 hindrances are curtains, and hence it is called Nivarna. He says, Dhammehi, these 5 hindrances are Dhamma, that is Visikiccha to Kamachanda. Okay. Chittam parisodeti. He purifies. Parisuddha means purification of the mind. That means in the whole day, between the intervals of walking and sitting, he removes the hindrances. Avarana means hindrance, curtains. Varna means curtain. Avarana means covered curtain. Dhammehi chittam parisodeti. Okay. So what is obstruction? What is getting obstructed? And what should be removed? This is the most important thing. Bobby has recently done Satipatthana course. I don't know how much of this he has implemented while he was there or how much he has learned that. There are 5 into 4, 20. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at the Satipatthana in Nivarna Dhamma, DN 22. Okay. So I'll only read about the first one. We have to do the same thing with all the remaining one. Ida bhikkave bhikkhu santam va ajjattam kamachandam attime ajjattam kamachando iti pajanati. Asantam va ajjattam kamachandam nattime ajjattam kamachandoti pajanati. Yatha cha anuppannassa kamachandassa uppado hoti tancha pajanati. Yatha cha utpannassa kamachandassa pahanam hoti tancha pajanati. Yatha cha pahinassa kamachandassa ayatim anutpado hoti tancha pajanati. The same thing has to be done with vyapada, thinamida, udacha, kukucha, and visikiccha. Okay, now if I go by this line by line and understand what is said here, idha means here. Here, my dear friends, bhikkave santam. Now I need to know whether it's present or not present. So when I have taken the food, the kamachanda also comes with that. So if my indriyas are unguarded, here is what is going to happen. Now I was eating wheat bix few minutes ago. Okay. And now when I pour milk and wheat bix and dry fruits and all that, what I've seen Bobby preparing or even Shaniel preparing, and then I've copied from them, it still should be food, not wheat bix. If wheat bix comes and if I read Aussie's number 1, and then I feel this is the best thing I could eat in life, and then the poha or the idli or the whatever I was eating is trash, we should eat only wheat bix and all that stupid thing which it comes, then it is santam. It has appeared. What? Kamachanda. Ajjattam, internally. It has appeared. Okay. Now when it appears, what happens? Atti me pajanati. It's there. It's inside me. So the avarana has come. So I have to do the parisuddha. So when I'm eating wheat bix, am I remembering my time with Shaniel and Bobby? It's again kamachanda. Because I made sign, symbol. I did not remove it. I'm not worried about the hunger. I'm worried about the time I spent with Bobby and Shaniel in the first month of my stay in Australia or in Brisbane. So what happens? Those words, those experiences come along with this. When Janak and Viren was there, and then I started the previous day in the evening. I ate one wheat bix as it is, and then Shaniel was saying that you can't eat like that. You should put it with milk or something, and just ate to find out whether I can tolerate that. And the next day I had it. So all of these memories will come. And when that memory comes, it's Kamachanda. I shouldn't allow this to happen. Proliferation shouldn't happen at all. And that is bhavana, development. So when I'm eating, when I just now had breakfast an hour ago, so I should know what I'm doing. I'm eating, that's true. But with Pachavikana, Neva Davaya, na Madaya, na Mandanaya, na Vibhushanaya, Yava Tithiya, Yapanaya, Brahmacharyam Anughaya. So I want to do my Brahmacharya. And that's the reason I'm eating, not because of any fun thing. So now I know that it has arisen. So what should I do? It has arisen. I should see what this wheat bix is going to become. It's going to become, we all know what's going to become. The body is going to extract whatever is required, whatever the waste will be thrown out, mala, which in English can be called as waste. And actually it comes from below, which I might not be able to tolerate, the smell, but I need to tolerate. When I do that, this Kamachanda goes away. So now I know Natti me Kamachandam, Asantam va ajjattam Kamachandam, Natti me ajjattam Kamachando iti pajanati. Now I know there is no Kamachanda. Okay? People can give me anything to eat, that's okay. But I should know when it goes inside, it goes down. And when I flush it, I know that was wheat bix at some point in time. It was the dry fruit in some point in time. It was the maybe bananas and apple and apricot or whatever we used to put there some point in time. But now it doesn't belong to me, and hence I'm flushing it down. So the input also didn't belong to me. The output also didn't belong to me. And that's my bhavana. And when it is not present, asantam va natti me, then yatha chanutpannasa kamachandasa upada hoti tancha pajanati. This is very actually cryptic. He understands how unarisen sensual desire comes to be. How did it come? I made Bobby and Shania and Wheatpix and Brisbane. And then the Kamachanda came. If I had not made Bobby and Shaniel and Brisbane at all, would a Kamachanda be coming? So I know it is mental proliferation, papancha, which got created the moment I called on Bobby. So should I delete Bobby? Yes. No Bobby and no Shaniel, no Witbix, nothing. Because Bobby is a Kamachanda, Shaniel is a Kamachanda, and Witbix is a Kamachanda, Brisbane is Kamachanda. And that's it. So if my mind is relishing on that, I'm in Kamaloka at this point in time. Okay, so what will I do? I will not create nimitta. That means my indriya samvara is broken. Yathacha uppannasa kamachandasa pahanam hoti tancha pajanati. Now I know how it should be abandoned. Remove Bobby, remove Shaniel, remove Brisbane, remove Wheatpix. Gone. Done. Then the fifth line, Yathacha pahinasa kamachandasa ayatim manutpado hoti panchapajanati. Pahinasa, having been abandoned, ayatim, in the future, anutpado hoti, it doesn't arise again. So I will make sure to guard the sense doors, avoiding grasping the sign and being in awareness. So this is the first thing I need to do when I start walking, sitting. Walking, sitting. I eat, I walk, then I sit. And do the same thing all over again with Vyapada, with Thinamida, with Udacha Kukucha, with Visikicha. Clear. I've done only for one. Maybe when we really go for meditation, sorry to use the word meditation, when we go for bhavana, development, I will stop using the word meditation because it doesn't make sense. We go into bhavana, development. We will also look at how to develop the jhanas. At that time, I will tell you how to practice this for the remaining four. But I gave you example of one, Kamachanda, because in eating there is Kamachanda, in wearing the clothes there is Kamachanda, in taking bath there is Kamachanda. Okay, in watching videos there is Kamachanda, like that. Okay, so this is Jāgariya, to be vigilant. Okay, this I need to do all the time. Now, let me go through this entire thing again, what I read in Pali, so that it becomes easy for you to understand what I'm trying to say. Is that in day, you do this, then in the night, what do you do? So he says, Idha Mahanama. Oh, sorry, this is first line. Second line, Rattiya Pathamam Yamam Chankamena Nisajjaya Avarnehi Dhammehi Chittam Parisodeti. Ratti means during the night, after the sun goes down. Okay. Pathamam Yamam. So in India, at that time, they used to have 3 time zones. Pathama, Dutiya, Tatiya. First time zone represents the time from, say, 6 p.m. to 8 or 9 p.m. Pathamayama. 9 p.m. to 12 p.m. and 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. 3 yamas. Yama means timelines. Okay. Yama is actually time. So Pathamam Yamam is the first time, whatever is set. So supposing you want to eat, check at 5 p.m. before the sunset, whether you're feeling anywhere hungry. If you're feeling hungry, have a little bit of it so that it doesn't affect the Pathamayama. And generally after 6 p.m. they don't eat, and hence Jains, Nigantanatha Putta had made it a rule not to eat after 6 p.m. Okay, and Annie Besant along with Blavatsky, along with R.H. Weiss, Davids, and many others, when they created Theosophical Society of India, they added it into English. And so British also started following dawn to dusk. Just for your information. Okay. In 1800s, this whole thing started. The Theosophical Society, if you really understand the purpose of Theosophical Society and the Eastern Star and all that, and Jiddu Krishnamurti and how he came into existence, and then all of that is a very nice thing to know. Why we follow certain things which are really English customs. And when they looked into Sri Lankan, Burma, India, and the Nepal and Tibet and all that, they found the same pattern. So they made what they made today, whatever you have. But anyway, coming back to this, is Pathamam Yamam, somewhere in the evening, 6 to 9. Chankamena Nisajjaya. So you need to divide this into two parts. One part for sitting and one part for walking. You first walk and you sit. While walking, Chittam Parisodeti, the same thing. Kamachanda Vyapada, Thinamida, Udachaka Kucha, and Visikicha. Okay. And it means early night hours. Pathama Yama is a meaning for that. It's actually in India. If you're an Indian and if you have followed the traditions and if you know something about the Adhyatma, which means the English word equivalent is spirituality, you would know that you're not supposed to have meals after 6 p.m. Okay, in general. And Majjhima Yama. Now we come to the next section, between 9 to 12. Okay. Dakhinena Pasena on the right side. So here you have two ways of doing it. One if you're in south or one you're in north. And if you're in the north, like in the case of the Buddha, it starts from 12 to 2 instead of 9 to 12. If you are in southern part of Jambudvipa, and everywhere it's only Jambudvipa, there's no other mention of any other country or any other place. In fact, in the Chakravarti Sutta also you will find the mention of Jambudvipa will be prosperous. So I don't know why any other country shouldn't be prosperous, only Jambudvipa, that would ask Buddha. Anyway, now you are on the second part of the night. It can have 4 hours, it can have 2 hours, it depends on what you really feel it is, but until 2 a.m. So he says, Majjhimam Yamam Dakhinena Pasena Sihaseyam Kapeti, Simha, lion. Sihaseyam means just like how the lion sleeps. You sleep like that. He lies down. Just lies down. Doesn't do anything. No watching. Just lies down. Why? It aids in digestion. It aids in removal of toxic. So the brain now uses to remove the toxins from the body. Okay, that's the reason you require sleep. And Pade Padam Achadaya Sato Sampajanyo. 4. Sataka purpose to cleanse the body. It's not cleaning the mind. The mind cleaning is continuous. Body cleaning for 4 hours. So 12 to 4 or 9 to 2. Whatever time. 6 to 9, 9 to 2, or you take till 12 and 12 to 4. Some in the northern tip, you look at 12 to 4. The southern, you can have 12 to 2, or sorry, 9 to 2. Depends on what you are really looking at, but that's what you're supposed to do. This will only work if your Bhojane Mattaññutā has happened and Indriya Samvara has happened, and then you are in Jāgariyānuyoga now. Okay, otherwise it doesn't happen. So basically, you put one foot over the other so that when in straight line, you can't sleep much. Sato, being in awareness, Sampajanya, one purpose, then why are you doing it? To make the body pure, or parisuddha of the body, purity of the body. So then Sataka Sapaya. Okay. Then Gochara. The mind is shut down. There's no mind movements. It's only the body and the brain is taking care of all the autonomous functions of the body. Then asammoha, again the mind being absent, there's no moha. So you're aware of this. Utthana sanyam manasi karitva. Now at that time they didn't have any alarm to keep. Utthana, to wake up. So you put a sanya in the mind, what time you want to wake up. 4 a.m. You'll always wake up at 4. You put at 2 a.m., you'll get up at 2 a.m. If you put at 3 a.m., you get up 3 a.m., but not later than 4 a.m. Manasi karitva, waking up in the mind. Rattiya pachamam yamam pachuttaya chankamena nisajjaya avaranaihi dhammehi chittam parisodeti. Pachimam yama. Dakshina yama means dakshina, too much dark. Pachima means towards west. That is coming to dusk. No, it's coming to dawn. So from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m., he again, having arisen, pachuttaya, having awakened, chankamena nisajjaya. The rule of the game like this: if you have 4 hours, 2 hours walking, 2 hours sitting. If it is 6 hours, you have 3 hours walking, 3 hours sitting. Okay, because the 4 hours will go in sleeping. So you have the remaining time, that is 20 hours, divided by 3, walking, standing, sitting. You can't be sitting all the time, you can't be walking all the time, you can't be standing all the time. They are called as Mattaññutā. That's and making an adhitthana that I'll sit for 8 hours, 10 hours, 20 hours is attakila. Dukkho, anariyo, anatta samhito. And not sitting at all is again same thing. Not standing at all is again the same thing. Not walking at all is again the same thing. So it's always a balance between the 4 postures. 4 hours to 6 hours. If you're sleeping, then you divide the remaining 18 hours. If you're taking 6 hours sleeps, 18 hours divided by 3, 6 hours in each posture. So 1 hour walking, 1 hour sitting, 1 hour standing, 1 hour walking, 1 hour sitting, 1 hour standing, 1 hour walking, 1 hour sitting, 1 hour standing. 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour. In fact, in Apple Watch, it asks you to stand. It says, twink, it's time to stand. Why? For better coordination of the body and making sure northeast, southwest, the angle of the spine is perfect. You need to stand. You can't be walking, you can't be sitting. It's bad postures. You need to stand. Because balancing is part of standing. The ear has balancing. If you don't use it properly, you will have vertigo. Vertigo means a state when the body movement will create friction in the ear. So the person loses the balance. So you need to stand. In fact, Surya Namaskara is for all of that. So either you do yoga to get back to shape of standing, sitting, because there's squatting also. Then there is lying down as yoga nidra, so that is also there. Or you learn by yourself of how to balance it. We sit the maximum amount of time. Office job, especially, is sitting and sitting and sitting and sitting and sitting. Obesity, sugar spiking, heart diseases. It's because of sitting. And on top of that, we go to retreats to sit, which even more creates bad things. So 6 hours if you're sleeping, real sleeping, divide the 18 hours into 3 parts. I'm not saying you should sit. You should. I'm not saying you should walk. You should walk. I'm not saying you shouldn't stand. You should stand. In all the 3 postures. Then this is how evam ko mahanama ariyasāvako jāgariyam anuyukto hoti. Anuyukta, this is a beautiful word. Yukta, beneficial. Anuyukta, completely beneficial. If I am not doing this at all, I am not a follower of the Buddha. That's it. With that, today's session is ended. May you have a good Jāgariyānuyoga, which includes the other 3, which is guarding the senses, Bhojane Mattaññutā, and if you fail, you have to go back to the sila. So this is the foundation. Sila, Indriya Samvara, Bhojane Mattaññutā, Jāgariyānuyoga, and then we come to the samādhi of breath watching, which we will do it tomorrow onwards. Okay, no questions or have questions? I don't think so. You should have questions because it's there in the sutta and step by step. Yes.
Small random question. This usually you said the food should be eaten warm, but some people eat these salad, including even the other day you could eat a good amount of salad. That's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. But at this point in time, that is how it is. It's okay. But you're not supposed to do like that. If you go by Ayurvedic approach and that's what we are eating is wrong. What, Avanti? I don't understand. Which sutta number of what?
Yeah, you just mentioned DN22, and after that you went on.
This is the same one.
Mattaññutā.
No, that is the same one in the
Is this the sutta?
No, Sekka Sutta, which we are supposed to. Yeah, MN 53. In that,
it talks everything about Jāgariyānuyoga.
Yes, whatever I read, it is there.
Okay.
Nobody goes through it.
That is the sutta. I'm yet to read it.
No, it's okay. No, I'm saying even if you have read it also, I've seen people going through it, but they have not read it like this. They just skim through the English and they think they understood it. They don't really discern, meaning they don't take that and try to analyze what is he saying. How am I
totally misunderstood?
Yes, exactly. They would have read it. There are many people who have read it. It's not a first time. If I ask Bobby, he has gone through this. And there are many suttas of this on Jāgariyānuyoga. And it says parisodeti. Nobody asks, what is that I need to purify? It's not about taking a cushion and sitting there like one statue. It's about parisuddha, to purify. Chittam parisodeti. It's all about chitta. It's not about anything that appears on the body, sensation or whatever it is. Yes, Sari.
Yeah, I think this reminds me of a while ago you were covering this Vāmika Sutta. So I think I understand today it's all about stopping daydreaming, not about not sleeping. It's about sleeping.
Exactly. Exactly. So basically, you need to know you are in Western Hemisphere. I'm in Eastern Hemisphere. Oh, Southern and Northern, not the Western. So wherever you are, right? It's on the West. So you follow a different timeline than what I follow because the times, its zones are different. So what works for you will not work for me, and what works for me will not work for you. So you need to look at the Prathama Yama, Majjhima Yama, and Dakkhina Yama accordingly, and decide how many hours of sleep and how many the remaining hours are for walking, standing, sitting. So after you walk, stand, after you stand, sit. Like just now, I had my breakfast. Should I sit in meditation? No. And I shouldn't be meditating as meditating. There is no meditation at all. It's being in awareness of what is coming and what is not coming. Yes, Mangalaji, I think you can speak if you can.
Yes, sir. This is actually to thank you. And I just wanted to tell you that, I listen to your suttas morning, evening. In the afternoon, Vijaya, Kalpana, Sangeeta, and we sit, we read the suttas. And, every time there is a new learning, it changes our concepts. And then we realize that it's a very pure science, which it gives up every time. It's a new perspective. Very unfortunately, the translations in the suttas are by, I think, Southeast Asian countries, so they are not very, the English is not very good. But it's a I've discovered that it's a pure science, and every time it's a new learning. Probably that was what is called awakening for the Buddha. He knew everything perfectly. This perfect science of life. And it's probably, I mean, this I find is a way of living more than anything else, with the suttas. I just wanted to put this, and I'm very grateful to you that we have found you who has been able to translate it into the perfect meaning. You are able to give what the Buddha is saying, and we can actually what should I say? We can actually place what Buddha is saying through you. So I just wanted to put this on record with a lot of gratitude. Thank you. Namo Buddhaya, sir.
Thank you, Namo Buddhaya. So basically, that's what we need to do. So start with Sila. Yes. Okay, bye. Bye, Lata. So what we need to do is that start with your morality, remove the 10 immoral deeds. Whenever you break, go back to Chakravarti Sutta, DN 26, and see how the world goes down to ruin. Again and again, again and again. Bahuli Katha. Make it repetitive. To go back and see the danger, go back and see the danger. If I do this, I get this. If I do this, I get this. If I do this, I get this, like that. Okay. When I do that, I am creating a bhavana development of leaving that and taking this. Okay. And when I do it, I come back and see whether now I can guard the senses. So starting with eating, can I guard the senses for what I am eating? I don't remember. Oh, go back. Go back and see why you can't remember. See the danger, adhinava. See the danger. In Pali, it's adhinava. Nissarana, escape. Asado, adinavo, nissarana. Asada is the enjoyment. Adinava is the danger. Nissarana is escape. If there is enjoyment, the problem is it doesn't stay. Like the example of wheat picks which I gave. Now, it brings back the memories of I spending time in Brisbane with Shaniel and Bobby, but that's not going to help me now because that environment, I can't get it. It's not possible. So there is dukkha. It's not sukha. So I can't get it. Every day I stayed in Brisbane, the death ensured that I'm out of Brisbane. So on 10th of Jan, I left Brisbane. Now we are on 11th of March. 60 days has passed by. That Vilas is dead 60 days ago. Who was eating pit bricks with Bobby and Shaniel. It's of no use. Or rather, if I take till 30th of December, when Ariu and all these people arrived, it's 4 months. Or 3 months, Jan, Feb, March, closing to 90 days of death. The experience, what I am remembering now, is a dead file. It's of no use. So should I bring it? No, it's Kamachanda. Cut Shaniel, cut Bobby, cut Brisbane. It's difficult. Do it. No nimitta. Because it's dukkha. You will never get Shaniel in your life or nor Bobby in your life. Never. That time is gone. It's gone and gone and gone forever. You will not be able to get them in that shape, in that situation, when we were having wheat picks. There's no point. If you are dead, so is Bobby and Shaniel and Brisbane. So I give up Bobby, I give up Shaniel, I give up Brisbane. That's it. I should remember, it's not there. Just what I'm eating this time. And I flush down the next time I go to the washroom. That's it. That's all remained of wheat picks. In the same way, all relationship, wife, son, daughter, house, this, that, same. Nothing. It's only dukkha. So then I know the dukkha satya. It doesn't stay. If it was staying, I could have enjoyed it. Since it doesn't stay, there's no asada. So there is only danger, adinava. So shouldn't I give up? Yes. So I give up. That's Nibbana. By the way, if you didn't know that. Giving up is Nibbana. See, I went to Vipassana course, 10-day, December 2023. This December turns 3 years. Nothing stayed. That assistant teacher is dead. That Vilas who sat there is dead. That audio which was coming as whatever they were putting is dead. The videos are anyway dead. When they were playing also was dead. They were not alive. And if I think I'm seeing whomever I'm seeing, it's an illusion. It's Kamachanda. And if I remember that this is how he should have said and get worked up, which happened to me on the day one first hour, is foolishness. And hence I did Animitta. Simple. I followed what Buddha said. Do the Animitta. Remove the symbol and the sign. So then the meditation hall itself is gone. Dhamma hall. What is Dhamma hall? There's no thing called Dhamma hall. You can put whatever you want. It doesn't exist. What exists is a room at the max. Then I do Pachavekana of the room. Patisankha yoniso senasanam patisevami. Senasana means place to sleep. That's it. I don't care what it is called as. So, after Sila, Indriya Sambara. After Indriya Sambara, Bhojane Mattaññutā. After Bhojane Mattaññutā, Jāgariyānuyoga. After Jāgariyānuyoga, you get Saddha. Not before. Not before. You are not a Buddha follower before. If you do these 4 foundations, you are son of the Buddha. Not otherwise. Otherwise, it's colored as Buddha. That's it. No Buddha has happened. Then comes Saddha. And that is unshakable because these 4 create the conditions for bhavana to become the true follower of Buddha. Not before at all. So the 10 days course which I did, it's fortunate that I did not do it earlier, even though I got opportunity to do that 10-day course. 2023 was good because I had done all of this earlier. So it was nothing I should expect out of it. So it was fun. It was like a PhD person put to write a kindergarten exam, not the other way around. Which is easy? Kindergarten exam is easy or a PhD exam is easy? You be a PhD, then anything is a kindergarten. That's it. These 4. That's the reason it's steps. 15 charana dhammas. Till you do 15 charana dhammas, you have not understood the dhamma of the Buddha. Might do it in this much little, this little, this little, this little, and you keep on reciting iti piso bhagavaram samma sambuddho vidya charana sampanno. That's all. What is vidya? What is vidya there? We've not even touched charana dhamma. Forget the vidya. And we are saying vidya charana sampanno. Sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sarathi satta deva manussanam buddho bhagava iti. It has become just a recitation. And lastly, you say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. For whom? The sadhu will come when it works for you. Otherwise, just it's a lip service. Anyway, so tomorrow when we meet, we have done all the 4. We did the 10 immoral. Hope you are practicing it. 2, Indriya Samvara. 3, Indriya Samvara, you have to go to Indriya Bhavana Sutta, MN 152, the last sutta in Majjhima Nikaya. Okay. 3rd, this one. Bhojane Mattaññutā. The 4th one, Jāgariyānuyoga, it is Chittam Parisodheti. cleaning the chitta, not about sitting all the time. It is chankama nisajja. Chankama nisajja. In between is standing. Otherwise, you're going to spoil your health. If you're walking a lot, you spoil your health. If you're sitting a lot, you spoil your health. If you stand a lot, you'll again spoil your health. If you don't sleep, you spoil your health. Nothing is going to happen. It's attakila Mattaññutā dukkho anariyo anatta samhita. So proceed yourself with diligence and having some discernment and use some common sense and refer to the sutta if you don't understand how it should be done. And just don't go by hearsay. Don't go by anything because some tradition says so, somebody says so, so and so only. Don't do that. Okay, all right. So we also close. Yes, Madhukar, we are also closing. So you have your good day with your operations and we will do our operation for the day. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.